In this video, we will discuss virtual learning and tutoring and strategies to improve the experience. First, we will address the challenges of teaching and tutoring virtually. Then we'll explore the benefits of virtual platforms and tools. Finally, we'll go over some strategies that tutors can employ to adapt and utilize the virtual tools at their disposal and resources that they can consult. As the COVID-19 pandemic demonstrated, there are many difficulties that go along with learning virtually. Many people have found themselves less motivated to engage in virtual learning than the in-person equivalent and struggle to find inspiration. The isolation and altered social environment generated by the switch to a virtual platform requires significant adjustment and can be especially challenging for younger students. Other difficulties come along with the fact that virtual learning on such a massive scale is relatively new. Students, teachers, and tutors can all struggle with uncertainty of the new system and lack confidence in their abilities to achieve the same degree of engagement in learning. On a related note, virtual learning can present challenges to focus and attention for several reasons. When teaching or tutoring in person, it is much easier to assess the student's environment and mitigate potential distractions. Computer usage also introduces a whole new set of complications because the teacher or tutor doesn't know what the student might be doing in another tab or window. Lastly, virtual learning necessitates a significant increase in screen time, which can cause issues on both psychological and physiological levels. We've known for years that excessive technology usage isn't the best practice. However, it is currently very difficult to avoid. All that said, there are benefits to teaching and tutoring virtually. The virtual platform allows for greater flexibility in timing, versatility, and has revolutionized access to educational resources and tutoring. The education project itself is based on a virtual platform. The Education Project is a volunteer-run organization created to address some of the educational challenges introduced by the COVID-19 pandemic. Tutoring is entirely virtual, and this platform allows students and tutors to connect regardless of physical location. There are currently more than 200 students utilizing the Education Project services and more than 200 tutors volunteering with the organization. Tutoring is available in a wide variety of subjects for students K through 12. Without the virtual platform, this wouldn't be possible. Additionally, the Education Project is making partnerships with schools to work directly with underserved students who need tutoring. Because tutors are able to connect with students virtually, we are able to circumvent the challenges of location and community resources. On a related note, virtual platforms allow for greater access to educational resources even beyond the availability of tutoring. First of all, remote schooling allowed education to continue throughout the pandemic, and the dramatic increase in electronic resources since the pandemic began can help keep students who are unable to attend school in person from falling behind. As discussed earlier, virtual learning and tutoring has allowed underserved students to get the help they need from wherever it is available and remove the limits imposed by what is available in a particular community. Furthermore, the rise of virtual learning platforms and the increase in their usage has prompted the increasing availability of online educational resources for students, teachers, and tutors. Versatility is defined as the ability to adapt to different circumstances and to serve different functions. This trait has been exemplified by virtual platforms throughout the COVID-19 pandemic as remote learning became a norm in many places. Particularly relevant to tutoring are the various different ways of presenting information virtually. With virtual platforms, it is easier to combine audio and lecture-style methods of teaching and tutoring with visual demonstrations and interactive activities. Similarly, the versatility of virtual learning allows for new methods of practice and review. For younger students, the integration of games and activities into learning can help keep them engaged and motivated. For older students, virtual learning allows a greater variety of means by which to practice and reinforce topics and skills both in and out of school. As discussed earlier, virtual learning can be challenging and often draining. One strategy for handling this is to carefully manage the time you or your student spends on various forms of both learning and entertainment. Social engagement, both digital and in person, is another critical means of managing and relieving the stress of spending so much time with virtual learning platforms. Self-regulation, which is discussed more in depth in our video about social emotional learning, involves efficiently managing your thoughts and emotions and behavior. For example, if you notice yourself engaging in negative self-talk, there are a variety of techniques you can employ to encourage a more positive outlook. This is also something you can help your tutee with. Finally, make sure to take breaks. Virtual learning can be very draining, but a short break will facilitate increased motivation and engagement when you and your tutee return to working on academics. There are a variety of resources available to help you maximize the effectiveness of virtual learning platforms. First of all, there is a page on our website, the eduproject.net, that is a list of resources for tutors. Additionally, we have a YouTube channel with videos created to help our tutors. Finally, tutor development workshops are specifically designed to answer your questions and provide whatever resources you need. Invitations to these workshops are regularly sent out to tutors' emails. Learning is not attained by chance. It must be sought for with ardor and attended to with diligence. Abigail Adams. Thank you for watching. We hope this video addressed your questions and concerns regarding virtual learning and tutoring.